T, we're talking about day offs. It's all about recovery, you know. Yesterday, the non-winners will be playing again today. So it means who has recovered the fastest, who has recovered the most, who's got the strength to play again today.
Exactly, you know, it's all about tactics, it's all about recovery, it's all of these little behind the scenes that all of the coaching staff, all of the players would have done themselves. Who has it better, who has done it better, and that will be on display today on the digital pitch and the physical.
But for now, let's all watch a recap of what happened yesterday. Here you go. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your Phygital Football brought to you by Samruk-Kazyna. T, highlights from yesterday's match. What are your thoughts about it?
Look, it was goals, it was action. You had it all here at the Phygital Games of the Future 2026, specifically the football discipline. There is multiple disciplines, but this one has got to be my favorite. For that reason, every game is promised to be packed with action. You know, we had 16 teams yesterday, we've got 16 teams today, but after today, we're going to be saying goodbye to 4 of them. Steve, who was your favorite from yesterday?
Well, you know what, it's really hard to pick like one team to be my favorite, but one thing I love about yesterday was that it was the first day everybody was trying to like size up like their opponents, but we've had like a lot of great action. You know, FC10 yesterday, I think they just fell short. Of course, you got home team too, the Aldir team, our Astana football team. They were phenomenal yesterday. They were really good. Today, I'll be interested to find out those non-winner yesterday. Like, how do you bounce back? You as a football player, when you come from a loss, what is your mental state going into your next match?
Exactly, you know, that is the most important factor for today. We could talk about those who won yesterday and how great they were, but we are more interested about the teams that couldn't win yesterday. How do they bounce back? You asked me about mentality. That is the most important factor. If you go back to the hotel, if you rage, if you outrage on everyone around you, if you let it get to your head, you will not win 2 days in a row and you will be going back to your home country. However, if you took it more in a positive mindset, if you bounce back from it, if you try and replenish your nutrients and recover, and you did everything to the maximum capability that you know you can as a professional player, you will be a little bit more successful today.
Exactly. So it's all about composure. Make sure to have a good time. Now, speaking of having a good time, make sure to check out right now all the games live on Phygital-plus.com, because that's where all the action is happening right now. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely. No, you know, we are going to be watching every single game live here, but if you can't make it, that is the place to be.
Now, if you can make it, check the QR code on the screen. Get your tickets now. Freedom. Okay, because you got to come down here, right here at the Kazakhstan Athletic Sports Complex, see Toby live in person, or better yet, the best part is see our Phygital Football live right here, right now.
Exactly. I mean, look at the arena we're in. We're going to talk about this for years in our future. I might even have to tell my future grandkids about what I'm seeing behind me. The pitch, the consoles, the fans, everything comes together and creates Phygital Football.
Now, T, let's talk about, you were talking about mental state. Now let's talk about the physicality of it, right? So how do you recover? How do you bounce back? Because we're talking about back-to-back-to-back football games. And you know what? In an athlete's body, that is very taxing to your knees, to your waist, of course, your shoulders, because you do a lot of bumping in there, right? Now, how do you regenerate power as fast as possible?
Quite frankly, you know, when you sign up for the games of the future, you understand the schedule. Tough luck. You know, if you are going to complain about it, if you're going to say, oh, we played yesterday, oh, we're going to play tomorrow, you know, these are excuses that we can't have because every team is the same, except for those who won yesterday and won today. We could talk about this rest, but it is going to tax the body, as you said. The most important part is that recovery. It's going to tax your body, but it's also going to tax the other team's body. You know, it's not just you that's being affected, it's the other 5 members on the other side of the pitch. You know, it's not just you that is being affected, so we need to understand that that's how everyone works, and that's how the human body works.
Exactly. Now let's take a look at the brackets on the screen. T, what are we looking at here?
We are looking at the scores on the doors from yesterday in round 1, and what we've got ahead of us in round 2. As we look at the top left, it's the first game of many today, UEL against FC10.
All right, now you can hear behind us, of course, your Arena MC just hyping all the fans here at the Kazakhstan Athletic Sports Complex. I'm not really sure if you can hear us, but if you can, well, the energy is so high right now. We're pumped up. We are full house, T. Now, here's our schedule. Happening, of course, your first match, 11 o'clock local time. It's UEL live versus FC10 of Group A.
Exactly, yep, the schedule for the 5th of August, a great day it is going to be. We have the non-winners from Group A and then the non-winners from Group B, followed by the winners of Group A and the winners of Group B, so forth and so forward for Group C and D later on today.
You know, T, we got 8 great matches today. I can't wait to see all of them live, not only physical, but also digital. Now, in case you don't know what is Phygital Football, T, what is it all about?
Yep, if you are just joining us for the first time at Phygital Football, here's how it works. We're going to play a digital match. Say one team wins that digital match 2-0. We're then going to transfer into the physical stage, keeping that score. We go in at 2-0. Say that same team wins 5-0. They win the entire match 7-0. So it's not a digital match and a physical match. It's a Phygital match.
Yeah, we're talking about a combination of both skills, you know, digital and also physical. And now let's take a look at what's going to happen here. It's the first match happening now, T. We're talking about UEL number 99. Their goalkeeper, their main man, Goal Cyber. This guy is a magician on the pitch. You got to make sure you watch this man perform something really amazing down later on.
Yeah, there he is at the bottom left. He is a naughty little player on the ball. He's quick, he's agile, he's silky. If he's got a bit of oil on his arms, there is no way you're going to catch that man.
Also, don't forget, Talget number 24. You know, he's a superstar goalkeeper. This man, well experienced. We're talking about national, international experience. So, when it comes to football, my man, Talgut is the name.
I'm looking at the man next to Tolga, Allison. This man pulls the strings together. You know, they had a really unfortunate game and the result yesterday in penalties to NS team. You know, penalties can go either way. So I feel like for me, they are the favorites as they face FC10, and here is their team.
Now, FC10, let's look at number 15 player. You know, this guy, I'm telling you, he's deceptively quick. He's got this innocent look. But don't be deceived by that, because this man will attack you any time of the day, and he can score anytime he wants to.
Exactly. Looks can be deceiving, Steve. Phygital Football teaches us a lot of life rules, and one thing it's going to teach us is life is not fair. You could have 100 shots, you could dominate the game, but you could still lose on penalties or whatever. If you don't take your chances and convert, that's exactly what's going to happen. Not just physically, also on the digital stage. We see so many teams dominate digitally but not take their chances, and it comes back to haunt them on the physical aspect.
Correct. So now, you know what? It's time for us to give our fearless forecast, because we've got one team flashing defensive in UEL. However, FC10 is relaxed. However, they're also great on defense. So T, fearless forecast, who's going to win this match?
I think it's pointing the way of UEL. You know, they had a strong game against NS Team, just losing on penalties. It's close. Yes, FC10 had to face a dangerous Holkates, but I think this one is going the way of UEL.
Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I know Toby is ready. I know I am ready. And now you're also ready. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time for some Phygital Football. Game 1, day number 2. Here we go. It is game time.
Harmony between worlds rests on a fragile balance. Legends of the Great Step tell of the sun-headed man who helped maintaining the connection between the worlds for centuries. But sometimes, the very nature of existence disrupts the natural order of things. When the ancient power left the sun-headed man, the balance shifted.
Attention. Massive energy surge detected.
The energy within the sun-headed man's artifact has awakened.
So, the chosen ones are already there?
Newbies without a guide. Then it's time to meet them. Someone's got to get them up to speed.
Look what my robot can do.
Not now. I'm playing.
In search of those destined to restore the lost harmony, the energy split into 3 parts.
Hey! I'm one of the guardians of balance between the worlds. When the ancient power awakened in Kazakhstan, it chose you. You're the ones who can restore the sun-headed man's power and bring the worlds back into harmony. Guess even ancient powers can surprise you. Looks like the squad's finally complete. But until the sun-headed man is fully charged, the 2 worlds will keep drifting apart. So, no pressure, but we're counting on you.
And so began the story of the new heroes. Ahead of them lay the greatest challenge of all, the games of the future in Astana.
Right then, good morning everyone and welcome back to the Phygital Games of the Future in Astana 2026. We are in the losers bracket in Group A where we have UEL taking on FC10. Very, very important encounter for both teams. It is go big or go home this morning. The stakes are extremely high. Who will triumph over the other? Time will tell. You have to set the tone in the digital stage, and let's see what will transpire. It was UEL who unfortunately lost on penalties to NS team in the first encounter yesterday. They played pretty well. They kept NS team to a goalless draw in the physical stage. It was 1-1 after the digital. Can they go that one step further, because qualification to the next round is on the line?
So at the moment, we're just looking forward to see how these two teams are going to go head to head. But one thing for sure is that I just can't wait to see how it turns out, because remember, in the first game yesterday, we saw some teams didn't work out, but now it's going to be totally different. So UEL versus FC10, this is going to be a team to watch, a match to watch, of course. Ahmed, what are your final thoughts on this, man, before we go into the game, especially on the digital part?
Well, I think it's going to be a very tight affair here, Matthew. Not a lot of goals will be involved because the pressure, the anxiety of the contest is very, very high. Let's take a look at the starting four for UEL. You've got Spoken, Arnold, Amir, 411K, and Gold Cyber. Watch out for Gold Cyber, especially in the second half of the digital game. He could be the difference maker.
Absolutely. That is the team that we are seeing for UEL. And we're going to be having a look on the other team as well. There are a couple of players that we love to highlight as well in this. For those who just tune in and stuff, remember, we've got lots of matches coming up. Well, this is for FC10, Ivan Stahl, Shereskov, Vitek, and also Idovu. So for me, it is going to be the number 11 to watch there, Ahmed.
Absolutely, Daniel Shereshkov, he was outstanding in the physical play as well. Got a couple of goals, I remember quite clearly, and he will be a big instrument in the digital phase as well. As we have UEL in the dark blue kits from left to right of your screen, kicking off with the ball in possession, working the ball nicely to the right back, as looking to find those spaces. We saw Erling Haaland was extremely prolific yesterday, Matthew, and I'm not expecting that trend to change this morning in Astana.
Absolutely. We saw how Erling Haaland has been fundamental for both sides. So that is why he's the main man for any team on the digital part. So let's see if UEL is able to draw the first blood in this game. And that pass just didn't find anybody in the end. And now FC10 is going to be on the attack, Ahmed.
Yeah, that was a nice idea, but well read by FC10. Mohamed Salah spinning around a couple of times looking for an opening, but they're just getting a bit tied up in their own half. That's nice to work. Now Mohamed Salah can use that burst of pace. Plays the ball towards Vitinha, finding Haaland. Quick pass to Mo Salah, but stout in defense are UEL.
Yep, talking about defense, I think we saw lots of amazing defensive display from yesterday, but for now, these two are the one that is to watch. Remember, UEL yesterday were a little bit struggling, and hopefully they sort out their defense, sort out their attack, sort out their entire tactical game plan for today. So with 17 minutes that has elapsed, and here comes FC10 on the attack. Tries to find Vinicius Jr. on the left, but only for the defenders of UEL to get the ball back and rolling again. Well, Ahmed, it seems like a very tight match in this digital part of the game.
Yeah, very few gaps there in the middle of the park. It's been very compact so far, but UEL have been stroking the ball around quite nicely in their own half. But what can they do in the opposition's third? Time will tell. A bit of space here for the right back as he's bursting forward. It was Vinicius trying to make a run and chipped into the box towards Haaland with a difficult angle to head the ball. And it will be FC10 who give it away cheaply to Mohamed Salah. He has to turn back towards Lionel Messi. Put into the box towards Haaland. Nice idea, but well read by Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois was very alerted on that situation. And FC10 right now can actually restart the attack again, especially when they saw Haaland from the other side. The other team was in the verge of scoring a goal, but now this could be a chance. Can they at least wrap one before we go into the stoppage time right now? Nice pass into the box. It's Messi, and that's a goal. It is the first goal for FC10, and it is the first goal of the day, Ahmed.
It is FC10, it is the number 10. What a brilliant goal that was. Chip into the box, Haaland with the glancing header, one touch from Messi, and he smashes it on the full. That is a stunning opener for FC10, and of course, is that man Shereshkov who is involved in the mix.
Yep, he's the main man to watch, and now he's just doing his magic, not only on the actual pitch, but also on the virtual pitch right now. And that is what makes it really, really interesting at the moment. So 35 minutes right now on the clock. As you can still see, some of the players are now just moving forward, especially on the UEL side, where they are right now in the verge of getting a goal. They need to score before anything could happen. But right now, it's going to be Bremer back again for Messi.
Chipped into the box towards Courtois, but once again, very well read indeed by the Belgian goalkeeper. I have to say the zonal marking so far from FC10 has been absolutely watertight, Matthew.
Yep, just doing really good there on the marking right now. They got still a lot of things to be done in here. Approaching the half-break time right now. Let's see if there's going to be at least a goal before we go into half-time. Brilliant passes. One thing for sure is UEL, they got really good passing techniques, but not the finishing damage.
Yeah, just missing that cutting edge in the final third. In the end, it is FC10 who take that slim lead going into halftime. What a fantastic goal, a fantastic team move that was. It was Salah with the cross to Haaland, who flicked it onto Messi, and of course, Lionel Messi will not miss from that kind of range, Matthew.
Absolutely. So we're going to be having a look on the highlights. So this is the two teams that came to play today, especially in the first match of the day. But this goal by Lionel Messi in that position, he's absolutely unstoppable, damn it.
Look at the way he took it on the chest and turned with the ball to set it up on his left foot. That is unbelievable. Checkers from the great man. And Shereshkov, he loved that one, didn't he?
He absolutely enjoyed that, to put his team up in the front right now. But remember, there's another 45 minutes of action to be played right now here in Astana, of course. For those who just tune in, welcome to the Phygital Games of the Future Astana 2026, brought to you by Samruk-Kazyna. And we are live here in Kazakhstan Sports Complex. You're alongside with me, Matthews, and also Ahmed, as we are bringing you whatever that is on the pitch, virtual or maybe on reality. Everything is now there to watch and there to take. So 1-0 on the digital score for FC10. Do you think UEL has a chance in here? I know it's very early for me to ask this, but I saw them struggling yesterday, and I see it again today as well.
Well, they're going to have Goal Cyber playing the second half of this contest, and I think he is their main man, their main esport athlete. So I think they certainly do have a good chance to equalize here. And like Steve and Toby were mentioning, Matthew, 4 teams will be eliminated from the winner stage today. So the stakes are incredibly high. The pressure is on, going to make for a super exciting day of Phygital Football.
Oh, that's going to be the most painful part for today. So you're telling me either it's UEL or FC10 is going out today, aren't they?
Well, you're putting words in my mouth, but the words are absolutely spot on.
Oh, man. It is what it is. But remember, I think you were mentioning a couple of times, this is a single elimination format. You only have one chance. And if you are down to the lower bracket, then you have to fight from there. And if you lose there as well, then it's time to pack the bags in it.
Yeah, it is extremely high pressure competition, and these matches are coming through relentlessly non-stop day by day, especially if you have to travel through the losers bracket, then you're playing pretty much every day. So if you win on day one, you win on day two, you get that third day off, it's time to rest, it's time to recover, perhaps half a day out, a time to decompress. So it's very, very crucial to establish that winning pattern early.
For sure there, man. Absolutely for sure. So right now we're going to be going into the next 45 minutes of action. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. If you're here, make sure you are sharing the links to your friends and family or anyone that is a fan of Phygital Football, whoever that has been following from the previous year and on to for this year as well. So we're going to be going in very, very soon. But man, I'm really excited to see what these two teams, because yesterday we saw a glimpse of what they can do, but right now it is much more high pressure football, high pressure for both sides right now, because either one right now might be eliminated. So there you go, the couple of players that you can see on the game, Haaland, Salah. I mean, the only player that is not in the team for the digital part is going to be Ronaldo for me, man.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that the usual combination has been Mbappe or Isak with Haaland, and you have Salah and Lionel Messi in support with Vitinha as the holding mid. So some final technical questions taking place for FC10. Idovu is in the hot seat on the left of your screen, and then we've got the UEL boys. You can see from the expressions on their face, Matthew, that the tension is very, very high indeed.
Absolutely, it's rising right now, and it's just giving them a much more intense moment to approach this game. So a final check before we go into the second half of the digital game. Remember, it is going to be 1-0, only one goal that separates just now, scored by Lionel Messi. Now it's time for the rest to wake up. Haaland, Salah, maybe Vinicius Jr. to come up as well. But most of the time, it's always Erling Haaland that is shining since yesterday, Ahmed.
Oh, absolutely. I think he scored at least 12 to 14 goals yesterday on the digital stage, continuing his red-hot form from the FIFA World Cup. Meanwhile, back to live action as we have FC10 striding forward but giving the ball away cheaply. And you don't want to do that to Lionel Messi. He works the ball back to Salah, looking for Vitinha. As there is a bit of space in the center of the park, but can he find that killer pass? Nicely switch of play. Messi, but straight into the big Dutchman, Virgil van Dijk. That's an excellent block.
Absolutely, a really brilliant block there by the defender. Now it's going to be FC10 who is on the ball, and they are hunt for an equalizer now. One goal to change the entire complexity of the match. So UEL needs to defend this. In the meantime, we see FC10 might be trying to add more goals to their tally. As you can see, they're just switching sides, and a couple of mistakes there. Could this actually be a problem for FC10? But no, that pass was way too much there, man.
Yeah, Valverde, they're trying to chip the back line. Just a bit too much oomph on that ball as Courtois looks to go with the long kick. Good header. Straight to Alexander Isak. Haaland on the ball, and that would be the equalizer. What was Courtois doing? Trying to guess the direction of the shot, and in the end, he left a gaping open net, and the Viking Warrior equalizes for UEL.
I would love to repeat that again by you there, Ahmed. What was Thibaut Courtois doing? You cannot be running away. He literally moved to the left side, giving a free goal for himself, like Erling Haaland. Man, that was just bonkers at this moment, and it's 1-1. It's game on. That's unbelievable for me, Ahmed.
Yeah, I think they just took over manual control of the goalkeeper, and hence he took that wrong step. Meanwhile, Haaland coming through now for FC10. Valverde works the ball to Mohamed Salah. You have the right back making the run, but he turns back, goes back into the midfield. Valverde in the middle of the pitch, looking for Messi as per usual, but there's plenty of shirts in dark blue surrounding him. Vinicius Jr. Well, he's in the middle of extension talks with Real Madrid, but they're not going according to plan. Could he be on the way to the Arsenal? Time will tell. Excellent interception once again from Rudiger, And here they come once again.
Here they come once again. It's going to be Vinicius Jr. dashing forward from the left. There's a couple of options in the box right now. Doesn't want to whip one in for Haaland. Maybe to find the channel of play in the middle. Haaland could not get it through. We can see a number of defenders were just ready to intercept. And now here comes FC10 again. So Virgil van Dijk getting involved from the centre-back now. And so Federico Valverde on the right. Back again. It seems like they're just taking some time. Just want to roll the ball left and right there. Ahmed doesn't want to put extra pressure, but maybe they were just trying to lure defenders away.
Yeah, it certainly does seem like they're playing for the final whistle, but that can backfire on you as Valverde, the Uruguayan captain, emerging towards Mohamed Salah. Now switching onto the left flank, a bit of space here for the Egyptian warrior. Whips the ball in, but that is brilliant defending at the back. Erling Haaland was swooping in there like an eagle.
He's just waiting to strike the ball in. It's what he does there. Even yesterday, like what you said, there's a couple of goals he scored, 14 or 15 goals to his tally, but man, he is right now continuing his same form that we saw in the World Cup. And now this could be a problem, but the problem is not for UEL, it's for FC10 earlier. But now they can actually retry the attack. There's Valverde. Brilliantly done. There's two options in the front. Can that ball be received by the players who could actually score right now with only 4 minutes to go, Ahmed?
That would certainly be the winner. Valverde twisting, turning, looking for an opening. Lionel Messi is just hanging at the edge of the box there, quite far away from the action. Nicely worked in the end. Mohamed Salah on the ball, worked towards Messi, but blocked just in the nick of time. That was right on the edge. If he had gotten that shot off, Matthew, I think that would have been the winner.
100% agree on that. So it is 1-1, and this scoreline will be now brought into the next match for the physical part of the game. So ladies and gentlemen, I think it has been a wonderful digital match between UEL and also FC10. We might be going for a very short commercial break. And after that, it is all going to be on the pitch and action. So this is the highlights. Well, what actually happened in here there, Ahmed? What was the goalkeeper doing? Like, yes, I think maybe he was controlling manually, but, you know, that was not the way to go. That was an easy goal.
Yeah, I tell you what, even then, if he had remained in the center of the pitch, Erling Haaland was going to blast that into the top corner. And in the end, you have to give a lot of credit to UEL for fighting back and making it 1-1. But now it's all on the line, Matthew, in the physical stage. Nothing to choose between these two teams. Once again, 1 goal to the good are UEL, 1 goal to the good are FC10. And it's all on the line in the losers bracket in Group A.
Certainly, so we're going to be bringing that straight into our physical match shortly. But before that, we're going to go for a very short commercial break. And once we're back, it's the action that we're all waiting for. Thank you.
Silkway, алғашқы ұлттық спутниктік телеарна. Бұл орталық Азияның дәстүрлері, мәдениеті, өнері, жобалары мен адамдары туралы танымдық арна. Қазақстандық топ медиа ресурстар арнасында Silkway телеарнасы өзіндік бәсекелестік артықшылыққа ие. Бізде 4 құрлықта, әлемнің 118 елінде 6 тілде тамашалайды. Телеарнаның бірегейлілігі сөзсіз. Бұл миллиондаған аудитория және сапалы контент. Авторлық айдарлар, тікелей эфирлер, маңызды оқиғалардың теленұсқалары. Біз медиа индустрияның кеңістігін өзгертеміз және әлемде еліміздің оң имиджін қалыптастырамыз. Silkway телеарнасы.
aren't just played on the field, but also on the screen. Phygital Football is a hybrid sport where digital skills and real-world performance come together, blending gaming with the intensity of traditional football. 2 teams, 2 stages, 1 result. It begins in the digital stage. Each team selects 4 players to compete on a console football game, with every goal counting towards the final score. Then, the action moves to the pitch. In the physical stage, teams play 4 players plus 1 goalkeeper, continuing with the score carried over. With fast substitutions following futsal rules, the pace stays rapid and the pressure even higher. At the end, goals from both stages are combined. The team with the most goals wins. And if it's a tie, it all comes down to a real-life penalty shootout and sudden death if needed. Phygital Football is more than just a game. It's strategy, teamwork, and adaptability. Whether you're a gamer, a football player, or both, this is football redefined. Are you ready to play in 2 realities? Are you ready to live the future?
Exciting encounter indeed, and of course a reminder, the QR code is on your screen. Download the Bank Center Credit online banking app and manage your finances.
Yep, all with the fingers in your hand. Just do that. All you got to do is scan the QR code and get yourself involved. But right now, Ahmed, what are the talk of the town right now between UEL and also FC10?
Well, I think the likes of Bolt and Allison need to perform here for Team UEL. They were very quiet against NS team. They did not show their skills. And on the other hand, they have to contain number 11, Shereshkov of FC10. He is the goal scorer. He is their match winner. And on the other hand, similarly for FC10, they need to make sure that Allison and Bolt are kept in check. And they will be relying on Idovu and Shereshkov to lead the line and get them the goals they need to progress on to the next round.
Right, and for UEL, I think it is going to be Bolt is the player to watch. And also the goalkeeper, Talgat, has been spectacular yesterday. But can he do that again today? Because Bolt, he has been really silent yesterday's match. And so there you go, let's have a look on UELT, where you see Abel, Bolt, Arnold, Allison, and also Talgat, the goalkeeper. So I'm really looking forward to that. But for FC10, we see Monakov, Skarashkov, Plahiv, Kutazov, and also Gudayev. This team performed really, really well. But one thing for sure is that today is a whole different day. The mentality could be different. The approach could be different. So anything can happen right now, Ahmed.
Yeah, they played a pretty decent game. It was 4-3 that they missed out, unfortunately, in the previous match. So they have got goals in their boots, as they say. And watch out for Playev as well. He has that pace. He has that mobility. He's a good partner for Chereshkov. So this is going to be very, very exciting. It's good that they're on equal footing after the digital stage.
Yep, so we're going to be going into the match right now. As you can see, the players are all coming out. FC10, they will be on the strip black and also pink, I believe. And right now on the white, it is going to be Team UEL. Well, it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a very tight match. Make sure for those who are watching this on the live stream, do comment and do tell us who's going to be winning this. But this is going to be a match to actually put our full focus on right now, Ahmed, because, you know, they got really top players in both sides.
Yeah, both tall, strong, aggressive, physical side. So I'm expecting a real battle out there. As we have our referees, Mr. Fahad Badr Al Husseini and Mr. Yaqub Yusuf Al Hamadi, who will be officiating affairs. And like you mentioned, on the digital platforms, Phygital-plus.com is where you can live stream all the action. We're very lucky to have it on TV, so we can, you know, watch ourselves talk. It's a bit of fun to watch that. But everybody else, you can live stream all the events on Phygital-plus.com.
Yep, get yourself involved right now as we are going to be going into the match shortly. So if you're wondering how this has been going on, it is 1-1 on the digital side. So the scoreline will be carried, as you can see on the screens in here, far in the middle. And it is the scoreline that reflects on what happened in the digital part. Now, we're going to be going into the physical match of the day. Referees ready to go. I believe everyone is ready. I hope you are ready watching this, maybe at home or maybe wherever you are. And off we go. It is going to be UEL. They'll be attacking from left to right in a white kit. Meanwhile, on the pink strip black, it is going to be FC10 from right to left.
Losing the possession early, and it's Shereshkov who will turn it back to the goalkeeper. It feels like a Juve versus Real Madrid sort of game. A lot of bad memories, especially for me as a Juve fan, when it's involved with them. But let's talk about that on another day. I don't want to be crying on your shoulder, Matthew.
Oh man, no worries. We'll definitely discuss that later, maybe off cameras and stuff. But right now, it is an attack for FC10. Being contained there by the number 22, Kutuzov. Sergei Kutuzov, and this is a goalkeeper's effort from the middle, but that wasn't enough. Goalkeeper in trouble. Is pretty much open right now. All he needs to do is make the pass to the number 3, but it was too late. Very too late for Arnold to get the ball there, Ahmed.
Yeah, Alisson there, just overcooking it on that left flank. It reminds me of that situation between Sorloth and Haaland in that World Cup encounter. He just needed to square the ball, and there was an empty net, but he tried to do that Zidane roulette, and in the end lost possession. Lucky escape for FC10.
Very, very lucky escape. And now the goalkeeper is giving some instruction to Shereshkov to remain in the designated position as he's trying to make the best pass out of this possible right now. So the goalkeeper might have a chance, tries to find his teammate, but physically it looks like they're struggling right now, Ahmed, because it seems like Monakov doesn't have much option. Instead, he might need to go for the shot in the middle.
Yeah, we need some more off-the-ball movement here for FC10. And a bicycle kick, very acrobatic there. Great effort by the skipper. In the end, it goes wide off the mark, but that was certainly something spectacular, to say the least.
Absolutely. Bolt could be the one receiving this, but no. He's looking for the forward option in there. And here comes Bolt again. First touch in the match. Well, so many talks about him, who might actually has the technique to change things around, but he's looking pretty silent. Talget now, back to Bolt. Seems like the number 22 tries to get the ball, and this is going to be a chance for FC10. Oh, pushed away. I think referee says get up and play there, Ahmed.
Yeah, I think that was a bit soft, to be honest, and this will be a foul against Alisson barreling into Huzaev. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think that's the right call. That was a shove.
That was surely a shove there, but we're going to be going back again. So let's see from here with 2 minutes left. It's a little bit in danger there, especially when you're playing at the back. One mistake could change things around. And you can see they're getting it twisted and in a very tight angle there, but now it's going to be still the number 15 tries to go forward, makes the shot, and that is far off there by Pleve. Like what he said, Ahmed, he is definitely a threat in the middle. Look at that.
Great effort there from Oleg Playev. That drive, looking for the top left-hand corner, and Talget was a bit worried. He did not have the angle covered there. But I do like the pressing we're seeing coming in from UEL. They're trying to clamp down those passing lanes. There is a strategic timeout taken, so plenty to discuss for both teams.
Yep, now it's going to be a short hydration break. Maybe it's time to have a couple of words with the managers and stuff, the coach, technical team, or anything you love to call it. They are trying to utilize things around, but for me, I still do not see much of an attacking option coming from Team UEL. That FC10 that is always on the roll. UEL was just doing their best in defense. The only chance just now was the chance where he did not square the ball there, Ahmed.
Yeah, I think number 22 for Team UEL, Avel Tarshanov, he needs to get involved in the mix. It's only Bolt and Alisson who are trying to make the play. He needs to impose himself on this encounter as well.
100%. So we're going to be going into the match right now. And now UEL on the attack. Here's Bolt. Brilliant pass in the middle, trying to find the next best option. The next best option is also him again. So he's trying to be the main machine in the middle, but look at the number of defenders who are holding on to it, and this could be a chance, and what a save! What an absolute beautiful save. Kutuzov could not find a way through there, Ahmed.
Brilliant attack that. The angle was a bit tough to get it past the keeper, but Plyev on the follow-through, not connecting on the full. In the end, they're snapping at the heels of Arnold. It will be a free kick, but you can certainly see it's a real physical battle out there in the middle, Matthew.
Oh, very much indeed. So now things are just moving around, especially for FC10, who is looking much more alive in this game compared to UEL. Just twisting and turning, trying to find something out of this. Is Plyev. Oleg Plyev, who had an option earlier to score only for the ball to not hit the target in the end. Onakov tries something out of this. Still could not find the space. It seems like UEL is not allowing any space there, Ahmed.
Listen, he's a tough physical unit. Shereshkov asking for a free kick, but the referee says play on. Talget, I like this. He needs to be a bit more adventurous. Try to offer that extra man in attack. You see Arnold shifting to the left flank, and Talget will have a shot on target. And that's a great save by Bonakov.
It kind of rhymed anyways, but yeah, Talget on a target, and now he comes again, and that is no! It did not land in the back of the net. Allison nearly scored, but nearly is not enough. But here they come again with the last set of the kick. Maybe one last chance. Bolt could not find a way through with just 10 more seconds to go. There's one last opportunity, maybe one last shot. And he's just trying to utilize the attack right now. Bolt, oh, that's a brilliant move. Allison, still Allison. Allison goes for the shot. That was Kuzov, and that is it. Ahmed, 1-1 on the digital score. Didn't change much on the physical part. What are your thoughts now?
Absolutely a fascinating chess match in progress between these two teams. Allison and Talget with the shots on target there near halftime. And luckily that hit that left upright. Otherwise, that would have been a certain goal for Team UEL. But plenty of goalmouth action on either end, Matthew.
Yep, back-to-back actions on both sides. And you can see how many tries there were. Despite the game was a little bit slower, but they were just not taking the biggest risk. But this chance by Kutuzov was well denied. And we saw some amazing shots by Talgal himself, but only for the wall and only for the goalkeeper to get carried away. And right now, as you can see on the score, it is still 1-1. There is no changes, no physical scores yet. Maybe in the next half to come. Or are we smelling another penalty shootout in the first match of the day again, Ahmed?
I was just about to say that. I think UEL might be mentally prepared this second time round if they have to go to pens once again. So it's certainly going to be very exciting. Not seen Idovu being used so far by FC10. Perhaps they can get him on the park as well. Maybe just to even replace the keeper as an extra outfield option to get that precious lead in the second half.
Certainly though, let's see how they are going to come up with the tactical plan in here, because there's something needs to be done. There are a couple of players to watch are kind of quiet in this game. So you can see how everything is getting very intense at the moment. But when it comes to penalties, who do you think that has the advantage, Ahmed?
Oh dear, I think it's very tough to call. I think maybe Talget being the superior goalkeeper as compared to Monachov, maybe I'll give that slight edge to UEL. Otherwise, it's very little to choose between these two teams.
Absolutely, two top keepers now, and also a couple of players that could take a penalty really well. So we're just going to be looking forward to that. So there you go. A couple of tactical instructions coming from the coach. This is what it makes the game much more better. And I guess it's about time now. We're going to be going into the match right now. Kutuzov with a couple of chances earlier, but sadly missed all of it. Let's see if we can actually get some redemption in this second half right now, Ahmed.
Yeah, certainly he was the most lively player for FC10. Idovu is on the park, so certainly they have tweaked their tactics. I need to see a lot more from Shereshkov. He is their goal getter, and so far he's had a quiet first half, but all to play for in the next 5 minutes.
Yep, all to play for in the next 5 minutes to go. And there you go, Monakov. Again, giving some instructions to his defenders to make sure that, you know, they do not go out of position. He's going to go for the shot straight towards Talget. And Talget could restart an attack for FC10 now. For UEL, actually. And now this could be a chance. That's really nice by Bolt. Is the number 3 in the team, which is Arnold. Back to Talget again. Very slow start from both sides, Ahmed.
Yeah, just afraid to make a mistake so far. Meanwhile, the ball is worked to Allison. He was a real bright spark in the first half. Bolt, lovely shimmy onto the left flank, trying to get past Idovu, but he's a good, strong physical presence as well. Monakov goes route 1, looking for his striker Shereshkov, but Talget has that covered quite nicely. Really difficult to predict who is going to go in the ascendancy here, Matthew, but Shereshkov has won the ball, and just to the left of that upright, and Idovu in possession, looking for Kutuzov, but he goes backwards towards the goalkeeper.
To me, Shereshkov should have scored that. That was the opener. That was the chance. I could not believe how he missed that. But now the goalkeeper steps out to clear the ball away. But that chance, I do not know if it might come again. But Talget, of course, he's on a really good momentum now, to making sure that, you know, his team is performing well in terms of defensive display. Monakov to restart for UEL. And still Monakov, man! That was just flying out of target again, Ahmed.
Yeah, the problem is from that angle and that distance, it has to be absolutely picture perfect. In the end, he was aiming for Steve Moore and Toby Banks.
Guys, make sure the ball doesn't arrive to you all. Anyways, with 3 more minutes to go, a hydration break coming through right now. And man, I think everyone left their boots in the locker room, because there was very little on-target shots today. And some was only straight towards the goalkeeper. I think they need to approach this game and take some risks, because, you know, yes, maybe they could settle it in the penalties, but trust me, I do not want to bring it to penalties. So if I was playing, I want to make sure that I'm able to finish and settle the game on the pitch.
I could not agree more with you. In the end, it's going to be Andrei Klinikov, the manager of FC10. Very animated there. And of course, you have the coach of UEL, Mr. Pavel Taku. Can they cook up a game plan here? Can they cook up a strategy to finally break the deadlock?
Well, let's see who's going to get cooked right now, because there's only one team.
Certainly some horse meat is going to be cooked this evening, that is for sure.
Horse meat, eh? All right. So there you go. We go again. Oh, that's nice. Bolt getting involved right now. And that is another shot just to go and hit the wall again. Goalkeeper tries to get back in the game. Talget trying to find the number 8, Allison. But here is the number 22, Avel Tajanov. And now for Shereshkov, struggling to get the ball in there, using the walls to make sure to escape out of danger now. I think one goal could change so many things in this game right now, Ahmed.
Absolutely. Who will be the one to take that risk? Arnold, meanwhile, with a break, striding forward, and a brilliant save by Monakov. And Avel with the follow-up shot goes wide, but that was a stunning save.
saves after saves. But there are a couple of players right now on the floor. And there you go, let's have a look on that. Brilliant save, full stretch leg by the goalkeeper. Another one coming in, 2 times blocked by the defender, number 22. It is Sergei Kuduzov is the man to deny 2 goal-scoring opportunities by UEL. Well done to the defensive unit of FC10 at this moment, man.
Brilliant. Some last-ditch efforts coming in. Allison, meanwhile, has taken a bit of... So now
right,
it's
so
going
right
to
now
be...
we are back. And now seems like there's going to be a chance for UEL. Tries to get in, but unfortunately could not find a way through. Ahmed, 2 minutes to go. I think 1 goal could settle everything right now.
Well, who will find that winning goal? Time will tell. Can't really predict who's in the ascendancy at the moment, Matthew.
Yep. So let's have a look on the replay. This is what happened just now. That is definitely a foul, man. His shirts were getting pulled. And from this free kick, I've seen so many goals coming from free kicks yesterday, but can that happen again? Here goes nothing, straight towards Talgal. And that is another brilliant defensive display by this goalkeeper, Ahmed.
Yeah, not a bad effort there from Playev. Just mishit it a little bit. Meanwhile, Tarzhanov on the left flank works it towards Arnold. And then is the goal! It is Arnold who finally gets one past Markhanov. And a massive moment in the game.
Arnold finally puts the ball in the back of the net. And that is a goal. Look at that goalkeeper. Out of nowhere. Couldn't find the way through. And there's nothing much the defenders could do about that as well. This man was trying earlier a couple of times, but finally he saw light right now, Ahmed.
Well, at long last, the deadlock is broken, but he could have done better there, Matthew. That's a soft goal to concede there for FC10, and that will be bitterly disappointing for Markhanov.
FC10 right now under a lot of pressure. With 1 minute 40 seconds to go, they need to score, and here they bring on Idovu, Brian Iladopo Idovu. Can he be the game changer for this? Or it is going to be the other way around, Ahmed?
They're just playing keep ball now. Oh, that's a soft way to give away possession by UEL. So it's FC10. Yes, now they've got that sweeper keeper very much on the pitch as the captain strides forward with the ball, looking for Shereshkov, who's in the center, surrounded by 4 players of UEL. Playev trying to work down the right flank. Can he get a cross in? Great block by UEL, and they're hanging on for dear life at the moment. Allison with a chance to break, with 3 men hustling after him, showing that physical strength and presence. That is outstanding.
You got to give it up to his physical strength, man. Holding on 3 players is not easy, but he's just doing it very effortlessly there. And he just knows how much that, you know, it takes to keep the ball in his feet. Well done to him. 59 seconds, or maybe I say 1 minute, less than 1 minute to go for FC10 to turn things around, or else it is going to be very dark in the end for them. But can they do it or not? At this moment, it seems like UEL just needs... Oh, that's a mistake. Shereshkov needs to score. Shereshkov straight towards the legs of Allison there, Ahmed.
Well, that is a match-winning block coming in from the Brazilian. Absolutely outstanding, because his keeper was in no man's land. Meanwhile, an opportunity to break here with Avil. He wins the ball, not quite, as it drops towards that left flank. Brilliant strength there from Arnold, just getting the attacker out of the way, and Talgat does the rest.
Talgat has been spectacular throughout this game. And let's see out of this what they could produce. With just 5 seconds to go, I think it is game over for me, Ahmed.
Looks like it is truly writing on the wall here for FC10. Bolt will launch it into the stands. The buzzer will sound and UEL will progress on to the next round. Heartbreak for FC10.
FC10, they did their best. They came here to do something about it, but unfortunately that one goal separates everything apart of that. And it seems like UEL will be going through. And it's what Ahmed said, hard luck for FC10. They could try again, maybe in the next one. But for now, there's only one team that prevails towards the next one. It is Team UEL.
And the worst part about it, Matthew, is that Alexei Monakhov will be absolutely gutted. He did not make that save on that shot from Arnold now. But he is the match winner in the digital stage and in the physical one. Leading from the front is the skipper. Congratulations to the home team. Their journey in the Phygital Games of the Future, Astana 2026, will continue.
Definitely. So let's see how they progress into the next one. I think there's lots of amazing matches coming up for you. And trust me, this is just the start. And what a performance by both teams, I would say. It was a very tight match. Like I said earlier, only one goal that is going to, you know, make it or take it for them. And in the end, we see UEL that's able to produce the magic at that final moment. Like what he said, it's a hard moment for the goalkeeper, especially Monakhov. It just didn't go to plan for him. But let's have a look on the highlights. So many shots, so many chances, but very little goal to separate the Ahmed.
Absolutely, it was excellent defending from UEL for the most part. FC10 were just restricted to long-range drives like that one from the keeper, Monakhov. Arnold was very, very lively in that second half. That was a good-looking shot just to the left of the keeper on that occasion. And he was growing into the game and threatening to score. This was another brilliant shot, outstanding save from Monakhov. And you could see Arnold is absolutely everywhere.
Oh, he has been the engine in the team. He's been superbly involved in so many parts. And there you go, this goal, I think Monakhov is surely scratching his hands right now. Why he did not able to stop this. He was able to stop so many other impossible ones, but for this, he could not make it, and that is definitely going to break it. But there you go, this is the scoreline, 2-1, United Esport Leagues or UEL will be progressing into the next one. And trust me, it is going to be much more dramatic actions coming your way in the Phygital Games of the Future Astana 2026. We're going to be with our main host, Steve and Toby, to talk us more and give us some insights with the players who just won. Stay tuned, do not go anywhere. On to you guys.
And we are live and back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Phygital Games of the Future Astana 2026, powered by Samruk-Kazyna, Steve and Toby. Day number 2, game 1 for today. T, we've got a winner.
What a game that truly was, and a huge win for UEL team. We understand that because we are in the non-winners stage from yesterday, it is straight knockout, so we will be saying goodbye to FC10. A short stay here in Astana, but those are the consequences if you lose 2 days in a row.
Well, you know what? Hats off to UEL because they stood their ground. They won today, laid push in there, getting that goal number 2. So you know what? They deserve that win, and now they're back in contention.
Exactly, after, you know, that penalty shootout defeat yesterday to NS team, they definitely thought that they deserved it today. 1-1 after the digital score. It was a very close physical game, but all the way till the end, it truly went, and a late goal for UEL has sent them into the next round.
Well, you know what? Hats off to UEL because they stood their ground. And you know what? Yesterday, coming from a defeat, we were talking about this, like, how do you bounce back from a loss? Well, you know what? There's only one thing you got to do. You've got to play whatever it takes. You got to take that W, get that win today.
Exactly. You know, there would have been a lot of stress on these players' shoulders. They would have been worried. They understood what was at risk today. So the digital players needed to set the standard, and that they did. It was all square and stepping onto the physical, it was tense. There was no scuffles, but I can tell you there was a lot of drama.
Well, you know what? Number 99, their goalkeeper, of course, the main man, Gold Cyber. I keep saying goalkeeper, man, because his name is Gold Cyber. This man has been phenomenal for UEL. Congratulations, a great performance overall.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we picked him out from the start, and he stepped up, and on the occasion, he did what he needed to do best. And quite frankly, that's why his team is in the next round. Obviously, they didn't get the victory yesterday, so a win today still means they have to play the loser of the winners stage, but we'll get that game later on today.
You know, it's just sad that FC10 is about to say goodbye to the tournament, because I was expecting a lot from these guys. You know, when you say number 10 means a lot, but then again, it is Phygital Football, it's a ball game, it's a team sport. You know what? Anything can happen, and of course, right now, the winner goes to UEL.
Exactly. You know, there's 16 teams in this tournament. There can only be one winner, and the biggest concept that we need to understand is, as I said before the game, life isn't fair. You come here, not everyone can win, and that's exactly what FC10 have experienced. The first team to go home, and it is at the expense of a win for UEL.
Yes, sir. So we're talking about, of course, Phygital Football action presented to you by our title sponsor. Thank you very much to Samruk-Kazyna. One love. And you know what? We're having a good time here in Astana, Toby. Look at this place. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. And we're having a time of our lives.
Having the time of our lives indeed. Definitely a better time than FC10 just had.
Well, Toby, now let's talk about some key players. So first off, for UEL, number 8, Allison, team captain. He has been leading the charge, you know. But if now, let's see some highlights on your screen. Here we go.
So yeah, we just saw teams step out, and they stepped up on the digital aspect. There is the first goal, and it was truly one to set the standard. You know, whoever takes the lead first in the digital puts themselves in a great strong suit for throughout the rest of the game, because they set the tone, they apply pressure to the opposition. Though it was FC10 who took the lead, I tell you for a fact, UEL came back. Here is the goal that brought them back into the game, and just moving the goalkeeper, that was the mistake. And throughout the rest of the digital game, there was not much to
Well, take a look at that. It's Erling Haaland. Man, I like his song, you know, Haaland, Haaland. That's a great highlight. Of course, don't forget, Phygital Football. We're talking about 2 stages. First is your digital, which is, of course, the video game. Now, T, talk to me more about how important is your digital stage as much as playing physical?
Yeah, you know, I can't reiterate this enough. When you step up to the digital aspect, a lot of people undermine it, but it truly means just as much as the physical. They're all equal in their own ways, and that's what happened today. The digital set the tone for the physical, and quite frankly, that's why UEL won by just 1 goal.
It's a great match, you know, to kick off your day number 2. Of course, game 1, UEL winning over FC10. Now for FC10, number 24, Idogo. I was expecting more from this man.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at the end, when UEL did take the lead and it was all or nothing, he ended up going in goal. So a little bit of tactics there from FC10, not using one of their main man in that attacking situation, and bad karma follows, and that's why they're going home.
And I think one thing that made UEL win today's match is that they're always aggressive, you know, no matter what, whether it's defense or do an assist or just going for the goal, they've always been aggressive from the get-go, let alone from the digital part too.
Exactly, their back line is a very strong suit, and there was the man who got the winner. Now, I was just going to mention him as well. He loved it yesterday, obviously missing a penalty yesterday. You know, as one of the senior players, you've got to come back, you've got to step up, and that's exactly what he did by getting the winner today.
Well, congratulations to UEL. So joining us today, of course, Mr. Konstantin, my man, congratulations. That was a great win, great way to bounce back from yesterday's tough loss. How you feeling? Yeah.
And yeah, obviously you guys feel much better, you know, you've got that confidence flowing, you're gelling in a little bit more. It's going really well, you know, around the club environment now. I feel like tomorrow is going to be a much better day than yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were quite united today, and yesterday didn't feel quite the same way, but today in the changing room before the game and just overall it felt like a real team environment, and that's why we won, I think.
Well, let's talk about now your team confidence, because I'm sure that you guys now have that skyrocketing confidence in you guys without being arrogant, of course. I know that you're ready to go in for next game, so tell me more about your team dynamics. Like, what is the mentality right now of UEL?
Yeah, I think it's in our DNA a little bit, the fact that we kind of have to suffer through adversity to win. And I mean, we showed it today, and the format is forgiving. If you lose the first game, we can still go on and win the tournament. We're not out. We're not necessarily in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
And for tomorrow, we're going to be playing a team that come off the back of a loss, and we're off the back of a win. And I'm very confident for tomorrow.
Exactly, and you re-mentioned that confidence. What went wrong yesterday that you definitely impacted today to obviously get the win?
Honestly, I think yesterday the digital part was much more complete than today, but in the physical we struggled a little bit, whereas today our football team on the physical pitch kind of bailed us out a little bit. So if we manage to kind of have a game where we're both in our prime, both kind of at our peak, then we can beat anyone, and we are going to beat everyone.
Well, now let's talk about your game plan coming into your next match. Of course, for game number 3, you're going to take a break, I think so, right? So how do you plan to recover?
I think we're playing tomorrow. I'm not sure it's quite as early as our last 2 games.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. I mean, we're going to watch our opponents now, and as I said, I think it's a case of yesterday it was a bit of an unknown entity, this tournament, because we didn't know how everyone played UFL football. But today we're going to have 2 kind of video materials as to analyze the UFL part and also the football part, and yeah, just hours of analysis hopefully, and to improve our performance on the digital side, and then physical side, just let them rest, and we're going to win tomorrow.
And you know, after losing, especially after day 1, a lot of people would have their heads down. They would struggle to, you know, cope with what they've just witnessed. What were the words going around the changing room for you guys to just bounce back immediately and win today?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we kind of looked at ourselves as one of the main favorites for the tournament, so it was quite tough mentally, I think, and quite draining as well, having to wait that 24 hours to prove to everyone that we are indeed here to play. But I honestly feel like the second we woke up today, it felt like a team, and it felt like everyone kind of came to the right conclusions after what happened yesterday, and we just really didn't want to feel the kind of same emotions that we felt yesterday.
Now let's talk about your team style, because you guys are known as flashy, fast, defensive, really aggressive though. For your next match, are you going to continue that or like have a different kind of style?
For the digital side, I think that first half that I played today was quite passive. I think we're one of the better prepared teams on the digital side, even though there's a football player among us. Not only is cyber athletes, I think we're one of the better teams, and I think we have to come and play and show it instead of kind of sitting back and letting our footballers do the work. And as for the physical side, I think today showed that it's just a matter of getting used to the pitch, the format, because obviously it's quite unique, the sides of the pitch, and obviously 4+1. I mean, there's nothing much I can say about the physical side, because today was great, because the opponents we played were a really good team.
Yeah.
And you're looking around, you're looking at the competition, you know, there's 16, well, now 15 teams after the expensive FC10. Is there anyone that you're worried about, but let's not say worried, but would not want to play as early of yet?
I mean, there's obviously the favourites, the team from Uruguay and Mexico, but I think we're among those favourites, and we were pre-tournament. I think if you ask anyone pre-tournament, I think we're in that conversation. So we're not afraid. I think we want to win the tournament, and to win it, we have to beat the best. So, and also special shout out to the other team from Kazakhstan yesterday, AFC Allure.
Yeah. Great
to watch, and just our friends, and they did great, and it was just happy seeing them win, and I'm happy that we're still in the tournament with them, and good luck to them later.
Hometown heroes, of course. Now let's go back to the digital stage. So just how important, and talk to us your team dynamics when it comes to your digital athlete, your cyber athlete. So how important is the digital stage to your team?
I think we're definitely the most prepared digital team in this tournament. We spent the most hours preparing. I think it's just a case of kind of just performing on the day, and which we did yesterday, and today we kind of struggled with a little bit, and we just have to kind of concentrate more before the game, kind of maybe have like an A4 sheet of paper just to see what are the kind of tactics and what we were meant to be doing, so the brain doesn't get fuzzy before the game because of the pre-match nose. But as I said, I think we're the best digital team in the tournament and the best physical team in the tournament. So if all goes as planned, then we should be lifting the trophy at the end.
Right.
We're going to stay on the story of that digital aspect as a digital player yourself. A lot of people undermine it, and a lot of people don't fancy it as much as the physical aspect. You know, when you're recovering physically, you know, everyone understands what's it about. you've got that mental barrier. You know, you've got to fight all of the thoughts in your head. Would you argue that that's a little bit harder?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I play both digital and physical. I mean, I play football outside of this competition, and I can kind of compare quite well. But it's like the physical part is obviously extremely physically demanding, but less so mentally. Just kind of, you got your limbs doing the things for you.
Yeah.
A little bit. You're not really thinking whilst you're playing. For me, anyway.
It's like an autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. But for the digital side, I think it's quite hard to kind of differentiate from where you are. You're kind of in this big arena, and then kind of focus in on this screen.
Yeah.
And that's what I personally did really well yesterday. That's why we played really well yesterday, and today struggled with a little bit. Kind of the occasion was in my mind, which is something that you want to avoid. And as for the recovery, I mean, I'm not sure we're planning to recover after that performance. I think it's straight back to the drawing board, just practicing and practicing.
Well, now let's talk about a physical aspect of the game, because as we know in Phygital Football, the pitch is so much smaller, but intense is more, right? So how do you train for this? Like in traditional football, you got your own training regimen, but when it comes to the physical side of Phygital Football, how do you condition yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question, because this is probably the only tournament of this caliber that's hosted in this sort of box pitch.
Yeah.
And so it's always an interesting case of who adapts best. And I honestly think the training sessions before the games, we had 2 days of training. That's where, if you take it seriously like we did, and kind of rewatch the games that you've lost or maybe not played as well, and as we did yesterday, then I think you're in a good position, and we showed it today.
And with that win today, you've booked an extra day here in Astana, Kazakhstan. You're looking at a beautiful facility behind us. Have you explored the city? Have you guys glued together as a team, having that chemistry?
Yeah, I mean, we have. Most of my teammates are from here. I'm not, but it's been a real pleasure kind of getting to know the place, and thank you to the fans who support us so well.
Amazing.
Well, there you go. My man, congratulations once again. A great team win. Now I'm going to give you a chance to say hello to your friends and family and your fans too, because I know they're watching live on phygital-plus.com.
Yeah, I mean, thanks everyone for supporting. I appreciate all of you. And if it's okay, I'm going to speak in my native language a little bit. Спасибо всем большое, кто смотрит. Сегодня почти подвели команду, но в итоге наши футболисты справились. Надеюсь, что дальше больше, и следите за нами и болейте за нас. Передаю привет маме, я тебя очень люблю.
Well, thank you very much. A great victory, of course. Once again, UEL, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, thank you very much also again to our partner, Yandex Go. So make sure to download the app, because you can feel the thrill of the city with Yandex Go app. Well, now let's take a break. Please watch this.